Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Sidney Salakuphathwa and this is Salakuphathwa TV, the only place where you live by faith but not by sight, because my podcast, my videos, you cannot see anything except my picture. All you have to rely on is your hearing. You hear them. So there's no other way. You need to learn to live by faith but not by sight. So ladies and gentlemen, today I'm very happy to be talking to you. And I would like you to leave me a message as I'm going to do this review on this book by Napoleon Hill. And please, ladies and gentlemen, if you've got any comment whatsoever on the book that you would love me to do review on, just please don't be afraid to leave me a comment below and let me know on the kind of a book that you would love me to review. But right now, I'm going to be reviewing a book by Napoleon Hill. Right where I am now, I'll be quick because I don't have much time. I'm given only 10 minutes. My podcast only allows me 10 minutes of recording. So I'm going to be very quick and short, straight to the point. I'm going to be doing the section of copyright disclaimer quickly and read there, and then I'll go to the very last part that I found interesting as I was reading this book that says Think and Grow Rich. By the way, my title today, Success-Driven Kind of a Person. It makes me happy to read books like Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So that's why I'm asking. I know that I am happy, that's why I'm reading this book, and I know that I'm happy to read it to you. The very last part that I found very interesting that presents 57 alibis, 57 excuses that people present as to why they are not doing A, B, and C. But let's do the copyright disclaimer first. This copy is the reproduction of the original 1937 edition of Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich book. As this edition of the book was published before 1964, and the author didn't renew the copyright in the next 28 years. Therefore, according to U.S. copyright law, this edition is in the public domain and free for reproduction and sharing for free. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited and happy. As I said, am I happy to present to you this chapter 15 of the book. I read this whole book. I think I was reading it for the second time. I had one part of this book that was a audio book, but now I'm reading not an audio book. It is me reading. I'll be reviewing this wonderful part of the last chapter 15. And I'm presenting you the 57 alibis that men always mention as an excuse why they're not doing A, B, and C. So he goes on to say the first alibi. First, let me give you the biggest question that I love. This question is very big. Before I go to the question, the alibis is a little bit introductory part that goes by old many. People who do not succeed have one distinguishing trait in common. They know all the reasons for failure and have what they believe to be airtight alibis to explain away their own lack of achievement. Some of these alibis are clever, and a few of them are justifiable by the facts, but alibis cannot be used for money. The world wants to know only one thing. Have you achieved success? A character analyst compiled a list of the most commonly used alibis. As you read the list, examine yourselves carefully and determine how many of these alibis, if any, are your own property. Remember too, the philosophy presented in this book makes every one of these alibis obsolete. The first alibi, ladies and gentlemen, I'm presenting to you is if I didn't have a wife and a family. Yes, blah, 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 blah. Can I add on the blah, blah, blah? If I didn't have a wife and a family. I would go places. I would explore. I would pursue my passion. And if I didn't have any wife and family, there would be nothing that brings me home in the afternoon. If it is soon after work, I would go pursue my career of music. Those are the alibis that people give themselves. Let me go to the next one. If I had enough pool, what would you do if you had enough pool? If you had enough pool, if you had enough money, yes? What is enough pool? If I had enough of everything, I would be happy. But me, the question is, am I happy? I'm happy to read these alibis to you, knowing that these are the excuses that many of us, we say just to run away from responsibility, to run away from the fact that we didn't do enough to make ourselves successful, had no plans enough, had no definite plans, had no definite ways, no deadline, no specific time, no specific plan, and no focus. Another one says, if I had money. Many people say, if I had money, I would build me a good house, I would be happy. Money doesn't make you happy, as if money would make you happy. Money would not make you happy. Money alone, if your dream is only to accumulate all the money in the world, money alone will not make you happy. With it, you need to have a balanced mentality, balanced spiritual life, balanced exercise, because you might have enough money and find that now you are sick, and your money sometimes cannot heal you. With all the doctors in the world, to find that don't find any cure. So good physical health, good healthy mind, good healthy spiritual life, good people surrounding you, good connections would make you not lose even the money that you have. Because with a bad company, if you had enough money, you would lose it in 2 weeks, if not in few seconds, to a bad company and a bad investment. Can I continue? Another one would say, if I had a good education. Many people would make excuses that if I was a lawyer, a doctor, educated, if I was a professor, been from university, I would get a good, decent job. As I would get a decent job with a good car, with a secured job, good medical aid scheme, good benefits, good recognition. But there is more to it than just good education. There's many people who are educated who really do stupid things, who really are having good jobs. But at the end of the day, some of them, they lose their jobs. And if only what you need in life is to have a secure job, good job, what happens when you lose that job? What happens when something bad, terrible happens with your job? Yes, your education is yours, but what happens when you get hopeless and you lose a loved one through health? What happens when your children pass away, or when your wife passes away? What happens when your mom passes away? You need a very good balance. Strike a balance. It's not only education that you need. There's more to it. Yes, education, it is the key. I must admit, is one of the important things. But there's so many people that are pulling out life in a very good way who never been to school. What about those folks? If we say, if I had education, what are the folks that don't have education but are successful billionaires, self-made millionaires, who've never been at a school, who just had to learn just how to write their name and sign? So this is just an alibi, it's just an excuse. Another one would say, if I could get a good, decent job. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Just comment below. Do you or have you sometimes found yourselves thinking, if